Let's get this press, baby. I haven't done one of these formal PowerPoints in a while. I was late today because I was just like, I kept forgetting to add something. I was like, oh wait, I didn't add this. I didn't add this. I didn't add this. So I'm sure there's still stuff I forgot to add, but we're in week 23 of music marketing and I have a new single coming out December 11th. You might be watching this. It might already be out. So check that bio, baby, for my new music. It's called He Didn't Want Me. It's very, very symbolic. It's very poetic. There's a lot of imagery. Not actually. It's called He Didn't Want Me, and I just talk about, you know what? He didn't want me. Anyway, but this is week 23, and I have a new single coming out, so I wanted to talk about all the things that I've been doing to prep for this new single. It's very good. It's very good. And I have worked on it with Jolie. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching the playback, you might see the chat from Jolie here. Do I still have a Jolie command? Do I have it on? Did I turn it off? Oh, fuck. I can't do it like that. Nope, I turned it off or something. Let me see if it's still here. Oh, sometimes I have a dry coochie. Yeah. I have a coochie that I never know. Okay, I definitely need to remake my Jolie command. But I'll do it after. Okay, so anyway, let's get to it, girl. There is so much that you have to do. I'm actually going to move my coochie nachi up here for now. There is so much that you have to do. This is just slide one, y'all. So is your song ready? And what I mean by that, like, do you have the single art? Do you have it mastered? If you can't afford somebody to master your music, if you can't afford someone to mix your music, try to do as best as you can. But then when you're done doing what you can do, I recommend Lander. I've used it for all of my DIY projects. Take me there, bitch. What it does is it's basically automatic mastering software. It's not perfect. There's always going to be things that maybe you don't want it to bring out that it does. You have to make your mix that much more clean because Lander is just going to try to balance things out and make them louder and make them fill in different spaces. So if you don't have the best mix, then naturally you're not going to have the best master, but usually it's going to be an improvement. So it's not that expensive. You can't, there are like free trials and things. Let's look at the pricing right here, actually. So what I personally do, what I did before, it kind of depends. What I've done in the past, if I knew I was going to be using a lot, I would do one of these more like monthly plans to save money. And honestly, when I first started doing music, I didn't even do wave files, I don't think. I think I just did like the high MP3. So I did like this $9 a month thing and then just put all my music on high MP3s and that was it, and I distributed it. So I just like mastered all my music total for $9. This time, the lovely Jolie let me share their plan. So I decided to do an HD wave file. Actually, I don't know if I think I did HD because I was like, whatever, what the fuck, it doesn't matter. Even if wave and HD are probably pretty much the same to most people. I did an HD wave file for $18. Usually mastering a track from a pro can be anywhere from like, you know, $50 to $200. I would say $50 is definitely the low end. That's why it was the low end of what I said. But if you can save $30 or whatever, I recommend it. And I'm going to play you the difference between my version unmastered versus mastered. Okay. So this is it unmastered, I think. And we're going to have it at the same volume. Can you hear it? Barely, right? Let's go to the loud part. It's pretty quiet, right? Now, same volume. You need the wave to submit to distributors in case folks are wondering why you'd pay for it. Yes, you do need the wave. You do need the wave. I don't know if DistroKid actually made me do the wave, but Bandcamp makes you do the wave, and I think some of them do, so it's better to have the wave. Yeah. You can hear the difference already, right? Like, the volume. And now this is because when I'm mixing, I don't know how to make everything way louder on my own without fucking shit up, basically. Excuse my French, but I don't know how to make all these things loud and still have them stay balanced, or I do, but it's just better for me to work with the software or pay a professional. So obviously a professional is going to be able to be more nuanced with this, number one, and they're going to be able to make more specific changes. Like if later, you know, I'm like, maybe that top end is kind of sticking out too much here. Like I like where it is in the mix, but it's just too loud in the master. Okay, so that's a snippet of the single, by the way, which everyone apparently said I sound like not everyone, but like multiple people said I sound like I'm in a musical. So I was like, okay, I'll take that, and I guess I'll just really pitch it hard to Broadway World and see if they cover it, because sometimes they cover just like regular, you know, pop music stuff. Anyway, so get your shit mastered if you can't afford it and if you don't know how to do it on your own. No problem, Yeetus. I'll see you after, baby. Play that saxophone. So you can hear the difference there between Lander and my regular thing. It also just brings out the shimmer. There are some like little technical things, like slight choices you can make between like warm versus balanced versus loud versus there's little specifications you can make to Lander, and I made those specifications. And you also want to make sure when you're checking the volume that it sounds like, you know, other studio tracks that you want your song to sound like. That's, you know, not necessarily part of this release checklist, but if you're going to master your song, listen to other like top 40 songs or other songs that you've been comparing your mix to, you know, to make sure that when you do it through Lander, it's not too loud or too quiet, because once you master it one way in Lander, you get charged, and if you want to remaster it, you do have to pay again. So that is a downside you need to be aware. Yes for that snippet? Yes, bitch! December 11th, December 11th, December 11th. Jolie and I worked on that so hard together. And it's so good. I'm so proud of it. Okay, now obviously you also need to have the single art ready. So these are all things like, I know it's really obvious stuff, but you need to think about having this stuff all together in time, because a lot of people will have their song in time, but they don't have the single art in time, or they don't have other certain things that they need to be able to submit it, and then the deadline passes and they can't submit it to editorial playlist. They're scrambling to promote it. They can't get any press because it's all too late. So I just mean, get all your shit together. Get your single art together. Metadata. Add metadata to your singles. If you don't know how to do this, I will show you right now. So I use this program called kid3.exe. Oh, I already did that, didn't I? Oh yeah, let me go to the other folder. Yes, right here. Oh, so I use Kid3 to add metadata to all my music. And you can add in genre, name, tons of stuff, single art. So that way, if someone downloads your shit from SoundCloud or whatever, it doesn't just say Kisos, he didn't want me. It's embedded within the track. So when they pull it up in their Windows Media Player, if they put it in anything, it has all of that information. Oh Lord, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here. Open directory, desktop, Ableton, Come project. Literally, what is that? Oh, that's my, yeah, I'm like, oh my God, what am I opening on stream? Come project, big boobs. No, it's the Nicki Minaj and Cupcake sound effect. Okay, wait, where is my music? I don't know where I put it on this computer. Big this is not my laptop. What? But anyway, you just find your, God, I thought I had something on the desktop. I'm a failure. Okay, let's just do it with something wild. Okay, I'm just gonna hit desktop. I'm gonna select this folder. Comealert.wave. Okay, so we're gonna add the tags to this song, okay? Comealert.wave. So you can add title, come alert, artist, Nicki Minaj. Obviously you want to type this in properly. I'm just doing it quick. And Cupcake, album, that sound, exactly. Kisos, Twitch, date, I just put the year, so I'd put 2019. Genre, I guess hip hop, or come hop. Let's do come hop. And then you go to, so I want this to just say the artist and the title, and we're gonna take it from tag 2. So look, now it says right here, Nicki Minaj and Cupcake comealert.wave. And if I click help, I don't know why it looks like that. And then from tag 1, I usually take it from tag 2, but it's not working right now. I don't know why. Be nice to me. Then you can drag the album artwork here. So you take the single art from wherever it is on your desktop, you drag it here, and then the next time that you open this, how do I get to my desktop? God, there's so many things open. Yes, we want to save. We want to save, and then you save it, obviously. How do I? You know what? Let me just. If you couldn't tell, I was really prepping a lot right before this. Okay, so look, this song used to just say come alert. Now it says Nicki Minaj, come alert. If I go to the metadata here and go to details, excuse me, it's not there. Hello? Oh wait, no, it's right here. No, okay, let me use this other one. I don't know why that one isn't working. We'll do it on this one. This one I already had. Okay, perfect, beautiful. So you'll see this one has the metadata included. I did it the exact same way. I don't know why this one isn't working. Probably because I wasn't paying attention. I did it really quick. But title, Happily Ever After, contributing artist Kisos, from what album, it's a single, pop. It has all of that information on it. So that way, if someone downloads it, it already has all of that and it can sync to different things on the internet and find you. So you want to do that. It's not very exciting. It's not very sexy, but you want to do that. Oh, gotta go to the gym. Oh, wait, 1 second. Oh my God, what is happening? What is happening? Okay, here we go. Thank you, Cho, and thank you for that, J-Topic. So yeah, make sure you add the metadata in because that's really important to, you kind of do that through your distributor, but it's better to have it all over. You just want it, you want as much information in there as possible so that when people are looking for your shit, it pops up in everything. Hyperfollow is for DistroKid only, but you want to make sure that you have that link, and that link looks like Dish. If you go to, where is it? 28 pre-saves. We can do better, y'all. We can do better. Looks like this. And then you visit it and people will pre-save your single right here. Oh, or they can pre-order it on Apple Music and all of that stuff. So if you have that on DistroKid, make sure that you actually use that feature. It's an important feature to use. And pay everyone. If you worked with mixers and masterers and producers and people doing your single art, pay them. Pay them. Don't make them wait. Okay. Part 2 of the checklist out of like 10 parts. Upload your private track to SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, Patreon, Discord. Basically for all of the people that need an early release or that you're rewarding with an early release. For example, on Patreon, I'm going to post it all tomorrow. I'm going to post early. So if you want to hear the song early, it's $1. All you have to do is do $1 on Patreon, which I don't think I have a command for, but you can go to, it's on my website. It's also linked on my panels. Did I write Bandcamp? Oh, no, I didn't. But I said it. That was an accident. It was an accident. It was not a Freudian slip. I love Bandcamp. So upload your private to SoundCloud and YouTube because those are also how you're going to pitch people. You want to use those private links. And Bandcamp, you always want to have everyone be able to purchase everywhere. Some bitches only want to buy your shit on Bandcamp, and that's good because you get more of that money than you would have on iTunes or anywhere else, unless it's a thing like Patreon. I wrote Discord in there too because, for example, for me, people who are subbed on Patreon get it early, but also my tier 2 and tier 3 subs on Twitch get it early. And how I communicate with those people and release things early is in Discord. So just make sure you have your stuff on private, you have it uploaded, and again, you have it tagged, you have the description in there, you have everything that you need to be in there. Again, let me show you what it looks like right now. Lyrics by Kisos. I should have linked the lyrics. In fact, I'll do that. I guess I'll do that now because that also brings me into put your lyrics up on Genius. You can do it even before your shit is released, but I would recommend doing it. You make yourself a verified artist first. To be a verified artist, you just need a minimum average of 1,000 streams across all of your music. If you don't have that yet, get all your girls to just put your shit on repeat. That's all I did. And most of my stuff was over whatever. Okay, so here's all the words. Beautiful. Love that. Amazing. And now I can take this link. I can put it. Oh, wait, Jolie, I actually wanted to bring this up too. I want you to make a Genius because when I put in your name, it's not you. And I want to add you here. So make a Genius, put Sweet Love on there. I guess it's a cover, but I don't know. Figure out what you got to do. Even if you're not verified, that's okay. But I want you to have a profile on here. I think there was like a picture of you, but then something else was leaking to another artist. I don't know. Just look at it, girl. Just look at it. And I'm gonna add my lyrics here. Okay. If you wanted me. So I have my little thing. So if once the song comes out, if someone stumbles across it, they have a little bit of information here. They have a link to my lyrics. They have a link to other streaming sites. They have a link to my social media. They have a link to my co-workers, my collaborators, because you want to make sure everyone has their credit. Not only they're getting paid, you want to give them their credit too. Update all pics and bios. I accidentally deleted the picture that I wanted to have here. I wanted to show that I have updated since my last release, because I used to be blue and shit. I used to have blue pictures, and I used to have this used to say happily ever after and different things. So I have my hyperfollow link here. I have my pictures updated here. I have my hyperfollow link here. If you look everywhere except SoundCloud, because I forgot to update it there. I realized as I was doing this, I have it all uploaded. And Bandcamp. If you don't have a Bandcamp, Bandcamp is so easy, and you can keep your shit on private. Bandcamp, Kisos. So look, this is private, but on my release date, it will be ready. It will be ready. And it's also good to check these things and make sure that your links are updated. Every time you got a new release, you want to go check your links. One of these was out of date. I don't remember which one. And I was like, oh shit, well, good thing I fixed that. I spruced up this bio slightly. I just noticed that you can let people buy your digital discography for a certain thing. So, and now again, anyone coming to my Bandcamp, they're just encouraged to buy more and get more, stuff like that. So make sure you're updating your Bandcamp, update all your pics and bios, update all your bio links, update your smart link. I was gonna show you all my smart link, but I haven't updated it yet, and I can't figure out my login, so I gotta do that after. I didn't have time. But this is what a smart link is. I personally use FanLink because I think it's prettier than Linktree, and you can still add in whatever stuff you want, like official site, watch me on Twitch. I used to have Bandcamp here. I guess I don't anymore. I should put that back on because I've had bitches buy my album off of Bandcamp and nowhere else. So yeah, these are just, you know, it links to anything that you want, and they can listen to a preview. Refuse to believe you don't want me, it saves me. Right from there. Obviously you want that to be your new song and not your old song, and you want all of these to link to your new song and not your old song. So if you're using this link anywhere, I would say once you're getting ready to release a new single, you don't need this smart link up, because the smart link is probably linking to your old shit. So you might as well use, if you're using DistroKid, then maybe you want the hyperfollow link to get people's emails, because when they pre-save, you get their emails. Otherwise, you could do a link tree that is like, you know, past single, link to past single, link to pre-order your new single, link to get people's emails, stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm just waiting to get all of my links on release day so I can update this and make sure that that is in my bio on release day. Because although hyperfollow from DistroKid has some things, it doesn't have everything. So I want to be able to put every single streaming service that I can have on there. Plus shout out Twitch and shout out my official site, because it just makes it the easiest way to capture certain information from people. I also added the chords to Ultimate Guitar. So if you have your chords, you might as well do that. That might not be as applicable for some people, but for me, I'm a part of Music Twitch. A lot of bitches love to cover each other's music, and it's nice to have those chords because then they don't have to ask you, they don't have to do all this shit. Last FM, oh, I think I put that on another one. But yeah, make a Last FM if you haven't yet. Which I think I show that in a later slide. Let's see. Yes, I put that twice. Because I guess that's how important it was, even though it's not that important, but it is something to remember. Okay, your bio. This one I just took out of, you know, I think it was week 1 of my, of this series. I just basically put it back here. You want to have, this is obviously an out-of-date screenshot at this point, but an out-of-date picture. So, and I actually haven't updated it on my actual EPK thing where that's hosted. So you want to update that, but just make sure you have something kind of like this. It's not completely necessary, but it's very recommended. If you don't have a website, I don't know, just do like a free Wix thing that's just a landing page. You don't have to have it really be public. You don't have to promote it anywhere. but just somewhere where you can send people that might have pictures of you, that has links to all of your stuff, that has more bio information, because when you're pitching someone, you're not going to include every little detail about yourself, but in a bio you can. So just make sure that you have updated this shit, that you have a bio. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch week 1 because I talk about it more in that one. I'm not going to spend too much time on that right now. An email pitch, same thing. We go over that very specifically in week 1. Here is my literal email pitch that I have been using to get myself a premiere or coverage in general. I'm going to move myself down here again. Oh shit, you can tell I did this shit quick because this stuff is kind of off kilter. No, you didn't notice anything. In my pitch, my first sentence is the hook and the ask. So like, what is the song? Why is it interesting? And what do I want? What am I looking for here? Paragraph 2. And a lot of times paragraph is actually just a sentence or two. You don't want them to have to read too much because then they're not going to read anything. So paragraph 2, what is it? So what is the song? How does it fit into my discography? Who did I work with? And is it part of a bigger project, etc.? Paragraph 3, deeper connection. So I just go straight into like information, my quote about the song, my personal connection to the song. And then I reiterate what I'm asking for here at the bottom. So let me know if you're interested to feature this song around the release date. Here's another link. Make sure you link the song at least a couple times. The single art, actually, I don't think I have the single art here. And then normally I would link the SoundCloud or private link here again, but I wanted to make sure I linked my Spotify so that people could look and check my clout if they wanted to. And at the bottom is where I put just more general information about me. This would also be a great place to link your bio. That's where I put like, you know, I'm on these playlists, I got this type of press, and I'm a popular live streamer. Make sure that you're including landscape. So like hot dog style. No, hamburger style. What the fuck? I don't remember. Which one's hamburger? Which one's hot dog? I don't know. But you want your picture to be wider, not taller. Because that is what that's what they want to post more. Because it fits better in the website and all of that stuff. So make sure you're giving them options for pictures. The reason I didn't here is because if they're interested for a premiere, then they'll ask me for pictures. They'll say like, yes, we're down to premiere. Landscape is wider, portrait, that too, landscape. I was thinking hamburger and hot dog from like 1st grade. But yes, you want landscape. I don't know if I said that earlier. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, I did right here. But you want landscape or square, not portrait, not tall. And then link to more photos is also great. And when you're pitching for a premiere, you want to make sure you have at least 2 weeks because bitches is busy. And it also really depends on the time of year. People go on vacation. So the more time you have, the better. Even 3 weeks is great. Landscape, shorter and longer. I guess so. I feel like hamburger would be because it's not tall. I think we always learned hamburger. Because a hamburger is not tall and a hot dog is tall and long, just like a portrait. But I mean, I don't know what I said. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And always make sure your private links work. So when you're sending them a private SoundCloud link or a private YouTube link, make sure that you test that shit. Because there has been a time where I pitched something for myself to a little publication called Billboard. And they were like, the link doesn't work. And then after they responded to that and I sent them the right link, they didn't respond again. So make sure you do it right the first time. Don't worry, it had a happy ending. We got on Billboard later anyway. But I could have shot myself in the foot there. Luckily I didn't, but I could have. Now you also want to pitch on Submit Hub. We have talked about this. And you can pitch for Premiere on there. And again, you want it to be ahead of time, at least 2 weeks if you're doing a premiere. I would say on Submit Hub you can be a little less, you can use a little less time because people are guaranteed to give you a response within 2 days. If they give you any response at all, but still. So make sure you have your bio on there. Make sure you have whatever. I'm going to kind of walk you through what stuff looks like. Yeah, no, we got you, Ross. Yeah, I just can't remember what we used to say in school either. Okay, so you have your pitch in here. You have your bio. Make sure, just like you want to have your shit updated on social media, that you have it updated here. Pictures, links, new bio. You don't want it to say anything old. And then you want to go pick your shit. Now, the thing I noticed on this song is I didn't know what the fuck genres to put this as. It's kind of pop. It's kind of indie rock, like kind of adult alternative. I'm doing runs, so I guess that automatically makes it like indie R&B, like alt R&B. It's very singer-songwriter. And I felt like all of these different genres don't really usually go together. So I'm trying to figure out how to best pitch this. And what I did, I think, was not the right thing. What I should have done was be safe with my submissions at first and kind of pitched it to, you know, try it out, tested it out by different genres, just like 5-10 places at first to see if they're like, you know, this is too pop for us, this is too whatever for us, and then see like, oh, okay, it's too pop for these people, so I shouldn't focus on this genre. Because what I did, I kind of like went like the Death Cab for Cutie angle and said kind of like indie pop, alternative, whatever, and people were like, no, this is like way too pop. And I was like, oh, okay, but I sent it to like 40 of those people, and I probably should have sent it to like 10 or 15 and waited till I got more feedback. So I would say that, you know, if you're not sure what genre you fit in, just test a few, instead of wasting like $70 before you realize, oh, I guess I should have put it in this one, and you start getting those approvals. But yeah, Submit Hub, again, it's a great way to get guaranteed responses on your music. Take the feedback with a grain of salt, though, as I've said before. Okay, now streaming services. Girls, first of all, what is wrong with this picture? Anyone know? Anyone know? Anyone know? It's old! It's old. I haven't updated it yet. So first of all, make sure that you submit your song. Make sure that your song is within Spotify for Artists before a week. As we've talked about before, you need a week of it within the app. Although actually, I think they give you some leeway. If you've sent through your distributor a week ahead of time, even if your song gets into Spotify maybe just 4 days ahead, I think for Happily Ever After, I was still able to submit to curators. But curators are giving priority to, the earlier your song gets in, the more priority your song gets. So I say at least 10 days before you want your song to come out, get into your distributor, because there's going to be a couple days before it gets into Spotify, and then you're going to need a week within Spotify for curators to really take you seriously. But the more time you got, the better. The more you can plan ahead, the better. So make sure you're doing that. And then update your profiles on Apple, Tidal, Napster, Deezer, all of these things. Apple, you can do on your own. They have their own artist portal that you can do that through. Tidal, Napster, and Deezer, I have to go through my distributor. I don't know what you do with other distributors, but for me, through DistroKid, you just have to send them an email, and then you send them a new picture and a new bio for any of these any of these streaming services, and then they update it pretty soon. So I need to send that off to Tidal and Napster and Deezer, so when people come check my shit, it looks like all my other shit, you know? And then create a Last FM. Now, Last FM is kind of a way where you can see how much attention is actually on certain artists, number one. Number two, it's a way that you can get grouped with other artists that Spotify can pick up on for your fans also like section. But also, although we don't really use it that much in the US anymore, I feel like it's used in other places and people look at that and check that. So I just recommend, and it also pops up. When you Google your name, it's another thing to pop up and another way for people to find you and another way for people to learn about you. So put a little bio there. The bio I made there was like so intense. Does not need to be that intense. So don't worry about that. Hi, Meowlison. I have a confession, but I'll tell you after this. And lastly, make a playlist. If you don't have a playlist on Spotify after all of these weeks of me telling you to make a playlist, bitch, you better make one now. You better make one now. Because number one, it's a way for your music to be heard. It's a way for you to share other people. It's a way for you to uplift other people. But also, every time someone shares your playlist, if you are on that playlist, thank you for that follow, Gabby Plays The Sims. Oh my gosh. Every time you share a playlist, let me move my bitch ass again. Every time someone shares your playlist, if you're on it, you're getting shared too. So just as you're helping other people, they will be helping you back in return, just by the nature of having a playlist. So make a playlist, bitch. And if you have Apple Music, make one on there too. Make a playlist everywhere, but not everywhere, because that's a lot of work. Anyway, I say Apple and Spotify. I'm not going to go through this too much, but if you haven't watched week one, watch week one. That's where I talk more directly about how to find blogs that would be interested in your music, going down those rabbit holes to see, you know, who to hit up for Premiere, who to hit up when you're pitching wide, and all of that stuff. So this is stuff that I've talked about before, so I'm not going to talk about it again. You can look it up in week one. but just know to do that. Oh my God, how did I do this? How did I move all of these things? This one's really quick, but if you're not a part of ASCAP or BMI by now, basically either of these PROs, look up what they are if you don't know. I don't think there's much difference between them at all. I chose ASCAP because it was cheaper. And yes, you say it as ASCAP. I don't know why they did that. They could have done ASPAC instead, or like APSAC, or I don't know. APSAC is terrible too. But anyway, ASCAP, I'm gonna say it like that. Do that with your songs. I don't know if you can actually do it before they're released. I haven't tried. I was going to try today, but again, the same thing happened where I'm like, wait, what email? It's been a while since I've logged into these, but what email do I use and what password? So I didn't figure it out in time. I was going to give you like a little bit more behind the scenes than I am right now. But update your info, put your songs in there, because that's how you get different royalties for people streaming your music and certain things that Spotify and other places won't pay you. And if you have money, copyright your shit. And remember that, and I talked about this, I don't remember what week. I think it might have been the one with Zach Benson. I talk about copywriting. It was around that week. So if you want to find it, it's in that. But if you have unreleased music, you can copyright a bunch of music for $55. Otherwise, it's $55 a pop. And I think Jolie said something about if you mail it in, you can also get a deal for like $55 for multiple songs. So check it out, copyright your shit, especially if you're starting to take off at all. I honestly have only copyrighted Happily Ever After. That's the only song, but eventually I will copyright everything else. It just costs money. I don't got that money. Oh my God, how did I do this? How did I make this so off center? Whatever, anyway. I think this might be one of the last ones. Oh yeah, second to last, oops. So organize yourself. Keep everything, keep your single art, keep your songs, keep everything that you need, keep it all together, keep it all in a folder, keep it all in a drive, keep everything together. So whenever you need to send someone something, whenever they ask for something, you don't have to go looking, you don't have to go search through all of these different folders to find it. Put everything together, okay? It's really easy, doesn't take that much time, and it saves a shit ton of time. So take the time to save the time, okay, girls? Okay. And when you're making your press, just as we talked about, I think this was like week 2 or week 3, make sure you're organizing yourself properly. This is actually a really bad example of organization because I don't even have my emails in here. I only have dates for certain things about when I pitched people. But organize who you want to reach out to. Organize it by, priority of who covered you before, who's likely to cover you, who said they want to cover you. And, focus on the people who are supporting you, who have supported you, and who are likely to support you first. And then you can try to convert new people later. You want to focus on that guaranteed or almost guaranteed press of people who you know are fans of you. So that goes with, marketing to your friends as well as marketing to actual press. So lastly, promo to your people. Promo to the people who have been listening to you and are on your social medias. 10-day minimum. Just like I said, the day that I sent my shit off to the distributor, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all of that stuff, I also started posting about it. Because if people just have a few days, they're not going to remember. I have it stuck in people's heads by now. I changed my name on Twitter where it says Kisos, but then it says hyphen, like new single December 11th. You can do that on IG too. I didn't even think about a raid from Juju. We're going to do Resident Evil 7 in a little bit, Juju. We're just finishing this up. Thank you so much for the raid. Can we get a shout out for Juju? Are you here, Raga? Can you shout out Juju? If you don't follow Juju, please do. Please do. Juju's been a bad bitch since long ass time. I don't even know. So yeah, consider changing your name so that every time you like a tweet or someone comes to your profile, they're seeing new single. And not only are they seeing it on, your bio or certain tweets, but literally every single time. So look at this. Every single time I like or retweet someone, they see Kisos, new single, December 11th. They see that whole thing. Just like here, you can see notifications, heartless cunt, love that. Let's see. Like, for example, just people having their emojis or whatever. Like, it doesn't just show your username or your @ I should say it doesn't show your @ it shows your whole username. So just like this. Every time I like shit, they see this whole Kisos new single December 11th pop up. Oh, what are they talking about? Are they retweeting me? Oh my God, okay. So think about doing that and make sure you have time and make sure that you start posting more often. I personally am so over Instagram but I still make sure to post shit on there and do it. Just like, where was it? Let's scroll back here real quick so I don't have to go to a website. So you can see that I made like a new highlight for the new single. Just basically every extra little avenue that I can think of to promo shit, I'm adding it in there. And think of ways to drive email collection. If you don't have a hyperfollow thing from DistroKid, it can be a little harder to get people's emails, but you want their emails when you're promoting new music and sharing new shit, because algorithms and social media are increasingly getting more pay to play. Like if you're a business page, people don't see your shit unless you pay. Email is always direct. It's always just right there. So you want to get as many emails as you can, which is why everyone who's here right now, if you didn't know, if you pre-save my single, then you will be entered into a merch giveaway. So one way that I'm doing this to get people who maybe don't want to pre-save my single or they don't care, I'm trying to get them to entice them to pre-save by doing a merch giveaway. Be like, okay, I know you don't really want to do this, but do it, and you might get some merch. Or you can sub to me on Patreon for $1, and you might get entered into a merch giveaway. Or you can sub to me on Twitch, and you'll be, you will be, and you'll be entered into a merch giveaway. You might win. So all of those things are direct channels that I have with certain viewers, where even if it's not fully email, like Patreon is going to be better than other things because Patreon sends out a direct email on your behalf. And for Twitch, I know if someone subs to me, they're a fan, you know, they're not like a random person. Unless it was gifted, but in which case I'm not giving it to a gifted person. I'm giving it to someone who's active in my channel. So think of ways to drive email collection. You can also think of like viral shit or like fake shit. Like I've seen artists decided to start an OnlyFans, and then once you click the link, you realize it's a pre-save link, or it's a link to their website, or a link to their new song or something. So think of different stuff like that. I have one really dumb but similar promo idea that I'm gonna do tomorrow. And post more, like I said there, like whatever fits the brand. If it's Twitter, if it's Instagram, if it's dumb, if it's serious, whatever you feel is natural for you. And the most important thing, lastly, is make this an event. So what are you doing to turn, oh, wait, I didn't talk about this. Also, the email list, when you send your email, I used to use MailChimp. Now I literally just BCC people on a regular email, because MailChimp goes directly to people's promotions tab. And if I'm sending someone an email as a friend, it goes to their inbox. So everyone is more likely to see it. The only caveat to that is sometimes if you send a lot of emails at once, shit goes to spam. So you got to be careful. Like today, some of my shit got sent back as spam, but I just marked it not as spam. And then I hope it'll go directly to those people. There were like 9 people out of like my whole list, but that was almost 10%. So it's kind of a lot. Yes, so this is just part of my email, but I just do like a regular ass email. There's nothing wrong with MailChimp. It's also way prettier. But I just figure since I don't have a big ass email list right now, I just do it this way because it's more direct and more natural for me. And lastly, like I said, make it an event. So we're doing an event on Tuesday. We're going to do a fundraiser for yours truly because I'm poor and I need contacts and I need to pay rent and I want to, pay money again, not a shit ton of money, but, be smart with money and pay collaborators for this EP. For the rest of it, so that it's not just, it's always better when you work with other people. Always, as long as you're working with the right people. So we're doing a live stream event. I might also add a YouTube premiere onto that. I'm probably going to make a Facebook event and invite everybody to it. So you can mix and match as much of this stuff as it is natural for you. Maybe you don't live stream, but you do an Instagram live. If you're not on Twitch or another like more in-depth service like this, you do Periscope, you go Twitter, you do Instagram, even Facebook, you do a YouTube premiere, you do a Facebook event where you just invite bitches and say like, everyone, we're gonna stream it at midnight, anything like that. But think of how you can turn this into something. So I'm basically combining my merch being out, as a way to drive emails, get giveaways, get attention, turn that into an event and make that part of the event, because that's when we're going to announce who won the merch giveaways, is at the event leading up to midnight. So all of that stuff. I mean, there's so much to remember when you're promoting, which is why this was actually a long episode again for the first time in a while, because there's a lot. So I'm sure I missed a ton. I'm sure there's a ton of things that I'm already doing that I'm not thinking of. I'm sure there's things that I'm not doing that I could be. But again, also we can only do so much. So these are some of the main things that I would say focus on. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, and don't get discouraged, girl, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. If you feel like you're behind, if you feel like, oh my God, there's no way I can do everything, just focus on what you are doing and really prioritize and make a list, because not everything is super crucial. What's most crucial is just letting people know you have a new single. I would say try to pitch for some press before the song comes out. It's fine to pitch after. Just get your shit together, not in a mean way, like literally get it together. And slay. And that's it. And if you have any questions or any suggestions for me, let me know. My name is Kisos. I am releasing a new single December 11th. We will be partying on December 10th leading into the 11th. And I don't know if this video will be up before then, but maybe I'll try to get it up. We'll do a double upload because I'm already behind on uploading these to YouTube. But yeah, hit me up. It's Kisos on social media, ITSKISOS. And that is it. I will see you all in 2020 because I'm not going to do another one of these for a while. Okay? Okay, bye!